Get rid of that fat on my back. 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 It is whack. It ain't cool. So I gotta get rid of it.
Hey guys, it's Reese D back at you with another video, and I am just so happy and excited about my weight loss journey. But for this video, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about my journey. I wanted to tell you how everything started and how I got to where I am today. So I want to go back and tell you about being a little girl. Being a little girl growing up so many years ago. And what I constantly remember is always being on a diet. And I put the quotation marks because diet is D-I-E. And instead of being taught a lifestyle change, it was more, oh, well, we have to go on this program. We have to go on this diet. We have to lose weight. And I mean, from elementary school, I was on Jenny Craig. I've been on Weight Watchers. I've been to Bally's. I've been to 24 Fitness. I've just been, from little till now, just constantly going through weight loss journey, weight loss challenges, or gaining weight, or whatever it may be. So in about 2008, I found myself the largest that I've had ever been. I believe I got up to around 325 pounds. I have pictures I will put in the video where when I graduated from college, I was really, really huge. I did not know it. At the time, I thought I was fine. I knew I was overweight, but I did not know that I was that overweight. And a friend of mine was having the gastric bypass surgery. And I thought, hey, well, let me go ahead and see, if I qualify, first of all. At that time, I qualified because I had sleep apnea. And for many of you guys, you may not know, sleep apnea is very dangerous. It's when you fall asleep or you stop breathing in your sleep for several minutes at a time. And it could be where you don't wake up. So I had sleep apnea. I had high blood pressure, borderline diabetic. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I had gestational diabetes, and it went away for years, but then it came back as pre-diabetes. And then eventually the doctor started telling me that I had diabetes. And of course, wanted me on medications and different things of that nature. And of course, being me, being Reese D, I was hard-headed. I was not going to take any medication, and I was not going to do what the doctors say because they don't know me, right? Foolish. But that was me at the time, and that was my attitude at the time. So I continued eating and doing the things that were unhealthy to my body, and everything got worse. So 2008, I started our bariatric weight loss program through Kaiser here in my local area, and went through the process, lost a little bit of weight, and went through all the procedures and everything. In 2009, February 2009, I went ahead and had the gastric bypass. And of course, right before I had the surgery, I was like, yes, this is finally it. I'm going to lose all this weight, and that's going to be the beginning of everything. And I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start my lifestyle change, and everything is going to work out. Because, you hear gastric bypass, the weight drops off quick. It's like that. And so that was my thought. Okay, I'm going to go in here, and when I come out, it's going to be easy. It's going to be a piece of cake. The weight is going to drop off, and I'll be able to live this better life. So, had the surgery, and it was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. It actually is a hard, first of all, you're going under the knife. It's a surgery. It's a major surgery. And my experience was that the weight started coming off. However, I've seen people around me that had the gastric bypass, and a few months after having it, they were able to eat, and they were able to just, start back doing the same things that they had done before. And I did not want to go down that route. So it sounds crazy, but I personally prayed that I would get sick when I ate too much, or if I didn't eat the right foods, that I would get sick. And that worked for a while. In fact, I still get sick if I overeat. And it's been since 2009. It's been 9 years. And I still get sick when I eat too much. But I'm trying to train myself now not to go overboard. But we'll get to that later. Let me go back to 2009, right after I had the surgery. So, of course, I followed the plan, the protein. Then you graduate to soft foods. And then from there, you're back on solid foods. And, watch your protein. You eat as much protein as you can. And, following the guidelines. However, I found out that I was getting sick, but I could eat peppermints and it would take the sickness away and the nausea away. So I found myself eating peppermints on a regular basis, because when I ate regular food, I got sick. So I would eat the peppermints so that I wouldn't be sick. And then that formed another addiction, which I'll get to in just a moment. However, so I'm eating, I'm, losing the weight. I got down to, when I went pre-surgery, I was 287 pounds. The smallest I got down to was 189. So I lost almost 100 pounds. Now the clicker is, and the clincher is, people saw me smaller, but I personally did not see myself smaller. I personally still saw, in my mind, in that mirror, I still saw Sharice 300 pounds. It's not until I started looking back at pictures from the past that I actually could see the difference. And it just wasn't there. It never clicked. It was a mental thing. My mentality told me I still was 300 pounds. My attitude was that I was still 300 pounds. When people would compliment me, I would be like, thank you. But I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And, it just was like, I don't even know how to compare it. But a lot of people, when they're going through weight loss journeys, if you're not mentally ready, you're not going to do it. It doesn't matter if it's a gastric bypass, if it's a weight loss program. If you're not mentally ready for it, it's not going to work. And gastric bypass did help me lose weight. And honest to God, if I had to do it again, I would, because it helped me lose weight. My diabetes was gone. My high blood pressure left. My sleep apnea was gone. I was off all medication, and I was in smaller clothes. People were telling me all over how good I looked. So you would thought that would have boosted my, my mental, my head would have got big and all, but it didn't. It didn't, because when I looked in that mirror, I still saw all those negative things that had been said to me. I still saw all the negative things that I said to myself. And Sharice was still 300 pounds, which meant now when I go through depression, when I go through happy times, what was I doing? Eating. This peppermint addiction started, it took over. It was like a drug. I ate peppermints, ice, and chips, potato chips. And that was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would have a small meal in between somewhere. And I found myself gradually gaining weight. On top of gaining weight, I was losing my teeth. Yeah, I know that's what dental benefits are for, because I still have my teeth, but they were decaying. They were messing up because I slept with peppermints in my mouth. When one was halfway gone, I would pop another one in my mouth. And the addiction was real. The addiction was so bad that I even called looking for assistance to help me with my addiction with peppermints. My anemia was low. I had low iron. Everything just was not going the right way. And this is after the gastric bypass. So, here I am, 200 pounds again, 205, 210, 220. I stayed 220 for about a year or so, where I would go up and down just a little bit, like 218, 220, 218. Next thing I know, I was seeing 246 on the scale. What the heck is going on? I did not have this surgery for me to gain this weight back. For my diabetes, it came back. I did not go through this life-threatening surgery just so I could be back in the same boat again. Something has to click. Something has to give. Something has to give. And this year, I realized I'm about to be 40 years old. And my 20s, I was raising children. My 30s, I was raising children. My children are grown now. And I'll be 40 next year. I do not want to live my 40s the way I lived my 20s and my 30s. And so this year, I made up my mind, because every year, mind you, I say, Sharice, you're going to do it this year. You got this. You go, girl. You got it. Yeah. January, February, I do great. Woo, woo. March, oops, I messed up. Oops, I ate too much. Oops, it's time out for oops. So 2018, oh, Miss Reese D has a new attitude. I decided that I needed to do this for me and for me only, and to be dedicated. And that is what I'm doing. So January of this year, I weighed in, and I was 200 and I want to say 240 when I weighed in. this year. And actually, I was 246. And for the first 2 months, January and February, I did awesome. I lost 10 pounds, 10 to 11 pounds. I was watching what I was eating. I was on a consecration with my church, and I started the beginning of the year, and I said no to cakes. I said no to fried foods. I said no to a lot of things. I started eating taking my vitamins, drinking water. I just was like, I need to do this. This year is my year. Because next year I'm traveling all over the world, and Lord willing, my husband is on his way, and I thank him. So this year I just said, I have to do it. I have to do it for Sharice. And I started real well, real good. January and February, 10 pounds down. March, what happened? Oh, I'm going to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I didn't gain too much weight. And I was like, okay, maybe I can have a little bit more and a little bit more. And I had to stop myself. And I said, no. So if you see my video that says I did it, I got a personal trainer, I did. I have a personal trainer. Well, he's semi-personal. We have a small group of people that get together at 5 a.m. in the morning. If that is not a commitment, I don't know what it is. I wake up at 4 in the morning and I pray. Then I get ready to go to the gym. Whether I'm in pain, I'm ready for gain. I'm ready to see the transformation. And it's already started. I have a picture I'm going to show. And probably every month I'll take a picture in this outfit. But from 2016 to today, 2018, I'll show the picture, just a little bit of my transformation already. I started working out at the gym on April 2nd, and today is April 22nd. I've missed one day. 5 days a week, I missed one day in the last 3 weeks. And I'm already down 11.6 pounds. And I am just so excited and ready to see what the next few months and the next year and the year after that brings. So I hope you continue to follow me as I go through my journey and losing this weight and me turning 40 and what the 40s bring to this new Reese D. I'll see you again on the next video.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.